Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Sean here. I know it's been a while. It's been about 2 months actually since my last video. Been working on a few projects. Got my website up and running, which is sweet. I'm pretty excited about that. And I've been really trying to focus what I am pursuing in filmmaking. I'm one of those guys that kind of takes inspiration from almost every aspect of filmmaking, and I've never really gotten really good at one thing in particular. And one thing that's always really made me happy and I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of is color grading. So I've been really looking into that recently and getting stoked on it and learning a lot. So I'm going to be leaning more towards that as my my main focus now. And that kind of led me to today's video. So today I wanted to push myself a little bit and see if I could color grade as if I were colorblind. So my plan is to take my screen and desaturate all the color out of it and try to grade something without being able to see any color. See how important color is to color grading. I'm going to do it 2 times. Same shot. I want to do one with scopes and one without. So I'm going to start with the one without. All right, so this is actually a shot I got for an upcoming short film that I'm working on. So this is the shot I'm going to take because it has a lot of different colors, warm, green, a lot of earth tones. Plus you get to see, this is my girlfriend Frances, her skin tones. And then there's bursts of other, whatever randomness color this is, green, I suppose. Now I'm going to go ahead and desaturate all the color out of my screen. All right, so everything is desaturated now. Really interesting seeing all this without any any color. All right, I need to get rid of my scopes as well. Just to prove that everything's desaturated and I'm not cheating. Here's my screen. There's the shot. Nothing has any kind of color to it. Everything is desaturated. This is going to be interesting. And also my second screen, OBS is closed out, so you can't actually, or I can't cheat and look at that either. Let's get started, shall we? Start building out this tree. Okay. Go ahead and add some contrast. Now this should be the easiest part, just because contrast is actually generally easier to come up with when there is no color, because you can really see just the luminance, which is all black and white is. So like something like that is kind of nice. All right, I'm not looking at any of my scopes either, so I don't really know how close my shadows are. I'm gonna go ahead and just darken it. This is all just gonna be, I guess, off of my preference. The highlights a little dimmed, get some of that detail back. All right, I'm gonna add some saturation. I have no idea what's gonna look good for this shot. So I'm looking at this little thing, which has the most color in the shot. Let's see how it kind of changes a little bit. I'm gonna go off of that look alone. Kind of park it in maybe 80. 80 might look good. I don't know. So what I'm going for is a kind of low key, kind of slightly desaturated, depressed look overall by the end of it. All right, not much difference there, but we'll see what it does. I now want to start generating the overall look. I'm not even going to bother balancing it because there's honestly no way to check if I got it balanced or not. So I think I'm just going to move on to generating a look now. All right, because I'm going for kind of a depressed look, or not depressed, but kind of low key, make you feel kind of sad. I guess depressed would be a good descriptor. I'm going to go throw some... Oh, God. I also have to memorize where all the colors are on the color wheel. Crap. Didn't realize. So I think that's red. So blue has to be this way. Right? Red, yellow, blue. I don't know. Gonna go ahead and add some warmth into the highlights. Maybe a slight, maybe greenish cast. I think that's green. God, You know, you stare at color wheels so much, and I just don't even remember which way the color is. I'm pretty sure up and to the left is red. So this would have to be green, blue, and yellow, right? I don't know. All right, we're going to offset the whole thing slightly cold as well. So far, the black and white's looking really cool. All right, I'm going to go into my hue versus. Yeah. Okay. This is interesting. So normally these dots at the bottom here show you the color. It's like a preset color. Like when you click on it, it takes the color and you can pull it out. Now I don't know which color is which. I'm pretty sure this one's red and this one's yellow, but the rest I don't know. So originally when I color graded this for the first time for the actual short, I liked changing the color of the stairs a little more orange. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do that because it actually looked really cool. And so I'm pretty sure this is the yellow one. I'm just going to go ahead and change it. This is actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Change the blue. I think this is green. I'm trying to take some of the green and turn it, I'm pretty sure blue because this looks a little bit better bluish. Now let's take that yellow again and desaturate it a little bit. Hopefully that's red. And go ahead and increase blue if that's blue. Honestly, couldn't tell you. Sure, I think that's good. Let's try it. Why not? Let's try creating our qualifier because why not? So I'm trying to select mostly just the shadows because I think I pumped a lot of warmth into the highlights. So I'm gonna go into my log wheels and try to add some more cold into just the shadows. Like a coldish greenish. Yeah, that's looking pretty noir. I actually really like that. Usually this is my look adjustment, but because I don't know what my look is, I might not actually even use that because there's no point. We don't really need a vignette because the shot naturally has a really nice built-in vignette, which we kind of purposely did when we lit it. No, we could do, let's do this. Let's do a vignette in a way. So one thing I've been trying to do is like replicate old like vintage lenses for this shoot because the whole feel of the film is supposed to be kind of like nostalgic. So one way I've been doing that is actually kind of blurring more and like kind of, that's how to describe it. I'm taking so there's like the mid-tone guy down here or mid-tone detail, undetailing it, I guess. And that kind of like blurs and softens all the edges like an old camera kind of does, like an old lens does. I don't know if that's making any kind of sense to you. And we're going to go ahead and track just the pan because that's all the shot's really doing. Perfect. Now we're going to go under our mid-tone detail down here and just pull it way out. And you can kind of see in here what it's doing. It's kind of softening all that rock up. And then just to add a little bit more, I go into my open effects and do a Gaussian blur. And I just put a little bit on there. Not too much because it ends up getting a little, if you put too much blur, it looks stupid. So basically just kind of adding a little more depth of field on there. And I kind of blend it out a little bit. So that should be all we need for that. All right, this is going to be my glow. I like to add glow to most of my shots. Kind of adds a nice atmosphere to everything. Now I have no way of really knowing what this is going to look like. So because I don't know how to, I can't like pick a color because these all look the same to me. What I'm going to do is actually take the eyedropper and try to pull the color of the light up there as my glow. You can kind of tell. So look in the highlights up here as I do this spread. You'll kind of see what's happening. See how it kind of adds a little bit of like a haze almost to everything? That's what I'm going for, is just a little bit. With not spending too much time on a grade, I think I'm going to go with that. I honestly don't know what to expect. It's probably going to be horrendous. Bring back the color now and see how well I did. I have no hope for myself. I do not think I did very well. Just saying. All right, so far this is just the red coming up. As you can tell in the red of the color wheel, and in here, it's very orange in here, which I did not want. But pulling up the green now. Oops. Oh, dear God. Yeah, see, when I wanted to like cool off the shadows, it didn't do a great job at that. This is the worst. Oh my goodness. Fuck. Okay, so all of the colors have been brought back up, as you saw, and honestly, the worst grade I've ever done. I thought I was adding blue into the shadows, but I was adding a crap ton of green. Just destroyed the red tones. I don't even know where that went wrong. Probably in the hue versus area. And yeah, what looked good in black and white looks atrocious in color. And without looking at your scopes, it's actually really difficult to tell where you are. And I think my biggest deal was I couldn't memorize or remember where the colors were on the color wheel, which was not a issue I was expecting to have, actually. So I'm going to go through this one at a time and kind of see where things went wrong. All right, so we turned that one on. So we got our contrast really well, I think. That's a pretty solid contrast. And I wasn't worried about that. I knew doing contrast in grayscale is actually quite nice. If you really want to nail your contrast, if you have the time to do it, just go grayscale and do your contrast and then bring the saturation back up. So that was okay. So I got this initial saturation pretty good too. That one wasn't too hard because you kind of always end up in the same area, and it looks pretty good. So there wasn't really any guessing there. The next node is where things start to go downhill. What I thought I was adding green into the shot or blue into the shot, I was actually adding like this crazy kind of blue-green combo, which I wasn't too far off, but I thought blue was down straight bottom. A decent amount of nice warmth into the highlights, but it just does not look good. So yeah, that's definitely where I was trying to change the nice like yellowish stairs into more of a orangish stair. It's kind of cool if you're going for like a crazy sci-fi look, maybe. But I really don't like that red. It's like kind of magenta. It's not a good look. Plus her skin tones are just so crazy. And this is my qualifiers where I added even more green into the shadows, I think, with my log. Yeah, I added way more green into my shadow. The glow, which makes it all even more muddy. So pretty horrible. First attempt in color grading colorblind was a failure. I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm going to have my scopes up and try to reference those. And it's kind of going to be like a good practice in reading my scopes really well. And this should help get the image into something that's more presentable. I don't think it's going to look good still, but we shall see. I'm going to go ahead and delete all these nodes and restart. I'm also going to make it a little bit harder on myself and put the scopes in black and white as well. So I'm going to have it in the bottom right of the screen here. I also can't really cheat by seeing colors on the second screen. All right, first things first, going to boost the contrast. Let's go to our first panel here, contrast up. I think contrast is nice. I'm going to go ahead and boost the saturation again. Go to 80-ish. So I should be able to tell what I'm doing this time. So we don't need to do a whole lot, I don't think. Just to add a little bit of blue. Go ahead and add a little warmth. Just a little bit, just a touch into the highlights. Go to our second one. I'm going to do another hue versus. But I definitely got the right one with the yellow. So I'm going to boost it just slightly this time to change those stairs to how I see it in my head. Green, change it a little bit differently, and then go ahead and pull it out. I actually don't remember if this is green or not. I'm just going to go with it, roll with it. Yeah, and under this one, I'm going to do another qualifier. But instead, I'm going to try to just get the highlights this time. Because I want to make sure her face gets some nice treatment. All right, I'm going to try my offset this time. My overall color adjust. I'm going to go towards a little bit of kind of a blue overall cast. And I'm also going to take my highlights back down. This is going to be our vignette that we did last time. And I might actually slightly darken it on this one. Let's go ahead and take some of the color out of that as well. Good on that. And we're also going to go to curves and just kind of take the whole thing in a new direction. Dramatic. Look how dramatic that looks now. It looks so good. I'm so happy. This is going to be our glow effect. Going to try that again. Because this time it should look okay. Oh, no, we could do too. That we didn't do last time. I'm going to try doing some light rays too. That might be kind of cool. Now what I'm going to do is go into my power window, go down to the gradient there, select this and just pull it over to kind of match that light. And that gets rid of all these while kind of keeping our one on the side there. Something I didn't do. I'm going to go back under my overall adjust and then just bring the saturation down a little bit on it because I am looking for that subdued look. But yeah, other than that, I think this one's done. Normally I spend a lot more time on a grade. That's when I can see the color. And because I can't see any of the colors, there's honestly no point in like tweaking. It's just, can I do it is kind of the overall feel of this video. So we're going to bring the colors back up and see how we did. All right, so I brought all the color back and I'm honestly not as upset as I was last time. This is not a bad looking grade here. So I brought all the color back and this is the final result. And I honestly don't hate it. I mean, it's not good. But her skin tones are decent. The stairs are the color I want. There's something about it. I think the highlights are a little too warm too. The ray of light looks really good though. Overall, I don't think it's awful. I think it's kind of a presentable look. Not my favorite look by any means, but way better than we did in the last shot without using scopes. So that honestly just kind of shows you the power of scopes in general and what they can do for you. Because I did this in completely black and white screen and it wasn't that bad. So yeah, I recommend going out and trying this yourself. If your screen has the ability to desaturate, it's actually honestly a fun exercise to try. And it really pushes your whole thought process and your abilities within Resolve or whatever color grader you prefer. If you do try it, load it up on Instagram or on Facebook and tag me. I would love to see it. Sean Treadway on both of those. You could also send me an email through my website, which is linked down below as well. And I want to see your creations. I want to see your with and without scopes. And until next time, keep on grading, keep on coloring. Yeah, hope you have some fun. Hope this video is fun, and like and subscribe, do all that bullshit, and we'll see. We will see you next time.